This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 37. 37. Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. I am Pint-Sized Geisha, and I have Black Label.
Hello.
And Azalee.
Hello.
This is episode 37, which is...
We're going to talk about haunted movie sets.
Haunted movie sets. Look at this. It's really coming down. Look at it.
Yeah, those are some thick snowflakes.
It is snowing.
It's snowing here finally.
Here. And it's a lot. It was snowing off and on yesterday, too. Like snow, rain, hail.
Oh yeah, we drove through the like snow hail thing. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. How's your guys' week been?
It was good.
Exhausting.
I really don't like my job, but it was good.
I don't mind my
Hopefully
job.
they don't listen to this podcast. God, I can't stand it.
I doubt my managers listen to this, so it's fine.
I don't mind my job, but what I don't like is just coworkers that don't help out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think my issue stems from it's a small company, so it's like they rely on the employees that are already there instead of hiring new employees. Mm-hmm. So you just get piled on with work.
I feel it.
Like I said, one of the department over here is hiring.
I need
chilling. The receptionist.
I need my pay grade right now.
Yeah, you definitely need the monies.
Who would like to go?
I guess I could start.
Okay.
So I did mine. Mm-hmm. Well, today I'm bringing you guys what I consider the most convincingly cursed movie set. It is known as the 1982 Poltergeist movie set. Yeah. Have you guys ever watched it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't.
Have you seen the new ones?
I have not.
Not the new ones. The new one is very interesting.
So there's some, just break down the beginning. There's a little, rumors of real skeletons and unfortunate cast member tragedies. This is a film that cemented its place in a spooky lore. And when I say, when we get into the facts, it's gonna blow your mind with some of the stuff I got. Yeah. So, quick overview of Poltergeist. It was directed by Tobe Hooper, produced and co-written by Steven Spielberg, and released in 1982. It tells the story of a suburban family terrorized by a malevolent. How do you say it?
Malevolent.
Malevolent.
Ghost. I'm over here. What was that word I couldn't pronounce?
Last week.
Oh,
generational. And I was like,
Generational.
Generational.
What is that video that I sent you with remember the hippopotamus?
Oh, hippopotamus.
Yeah.
And you just kept backing away. And she's like, I think I said it.
Hippopotamus.
I was crying.
Hippopotamus. Like, how do you... Hippopotamus. It's like that movie. What was it, Big Daddy?
Yeah.
He's like, hippopotamus. You give him all the easy ones.
Yeah, but this girl was so much more funny than the Big Daddy one.
I think her accent was
yeah,
too.
I was crying. Anyways, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Oh, you're good. So over the next 20, 30 minutes, I'll break down why this set stands out among all the so-called haunted or cursed productions. We'll explore some of the rumors, real skeletons, the tragic losses of key cast members, and how these shocking events changed Hollywood's perspective. So, yeah, if you're listening, focus up.
Get ready to be spooked.
So, the legend of the real skeletons, the infamous swimming pool scene in this. So, there's a backstory of it. The real skeletons are supposedly cheaper than producing high-quality fake ones. So Spielberg and the art department allegedly sourced them through a medical supply channel. Actress Jo Beth Williams shot a scene in a flooded pool with what she assumed were props. Only later was it claimed that they were actually human skeletons. So that's
insane.
Kind of insane that she didn't even know.
Is that like like a moral thing? Like,
Is that
Yes,
like
that's like
a
an
law?
ethical thing.
Yeah, like I don't.
That's definitely an ethical thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is, if I was ever an actress, I would never play in anything like demonic or spooky, because you
Yeah.
never know. Like, what if they're like, oh, we got this prop and it's supposed to be like the cursed hand of Tutankhamun, but it really is his hand.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so some of the cast and staff reactions was Joe Beth Williams has said in an interview she learned afterwards that those skeletons were real. Like, she must have been scared out of her mind. Like, I don't understand how you think about that, but I don't know. So why this fuels some of the curse claims, using a real human remains is kind of bonkers in a horror film. I mean, like, if you believe in ghosts and spirits, you have to think about, like, they are pissed off that you're using their skeletons in a pool scene for a movie.
But what?
And then what happened to them afterwards?
I don't know.
What if it was a person who donated their body to science?
That's not science.
That's not science.
Well, I know.
I can't wait till you put me in this new film.
Okay, you're right.
Some fans argue it's disrespectful,
I think so.
possibly inciting something supernatural. So if you guys discovered halfway through the shooting of a movie and you were actually handling real skeletons, would that freak you out enough to believe in a curse, or would you chalk it up to just poor production, bad management, can't afford some shit?
I would be livid.
Yeah.
I'm getting haunted the rest of my
Yeah,
life.
I would be so livid if I was her and you told me afterwards that these were human bones. Like, first of all, super disrespectful to those people, you know? Like, you don't know what happens in the afterlife.
It's the 80s.
I don't care.
I think that's probably how they got away with
it's
it.
the 80s.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, look at it. It's
I wish we
crazy
could show
outside.
you guys. I don't
I
want to
know.
move the camera though.
Yeah.
It's crazy outside right now.
So, some of the cast tragedies and documented loss during the film. So, Dominique Dunn was Dana Feeling, murdered by an ex-boyfriend in 1982, shortly after the film's release. She was 22, tragic, and widely publicized. Well, this murder was, fueling immediate rumors of a set curse. Heather O'Rourke, Carol Ann, died at age 12 from an intestinal issue, like a bowel obstruction, in 1988 during the production of Poltergeist 3. Her innocence, "they're here" face had become iconic. Her sudden passing added a heartbreaking layer to the curse narrative. Other incidents included some lesser incidents or accidents, and weird on-set mishaps are cited. But the above two tragedies overshadowed them. Are two high-profile ultimate deaths enough to justify labeling an entire production cursed? Many say yes. What do you guys think? No? It's maybe just accidental?
I think it's a weird coincidence.
Yeah, I think it's a weird coincidence. I think, like, make it maybe like 3 or 4 incidents, and then maybe it'll be cursed.
Realistically, these tragedies could be coincidences, yes, but the timing and the youth of the victims feels eerily in a step with the film's theme of endangered children. It's tough to dismiss this gut feeling that something was off. It kind of reminds me of, well, it doesn't remind me because this was a tragic thing too. All Dogs Go to Heaven, the little girl that died, and then who was it? Pierce Brosnan, or not Pierce Brosnan. It was the guy with the mustache.
Because that narrows it down.
The Marble Man. Anyways, he did a scene where the little girl's like, "Am I gonna see you?" or whatever, but she was actually already dead during that time of his
Yeah.
recording, so he was like crying during that scene.
Yeah.
Devastating.
I think she died from her dad.
Yeah,
killing
her dad murdered the mom and her.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Cried crazy.
Yeah. So controversy, skeptic versus believer, and cultural impact. Sensational media coverage, talk shows, and tabloids in the 80s latched onto the murders, the rumored real skeletons and stuff like that, etc. Poltergeist quickly got pinned with a curse set label, stoking public fascination. Skeptical angles. Skeptics argue that tragic accidents happen and tabloids connect unrelated dots most of the time, especially in horror films, because it helps sell tickets, makes the movie bigger. They point out thousands of productions have had accidents, but only the horror ones really get called cursed. Believers, some fans, and they see a direct link with the real skeleton usage being disrespectful to the dead. Misfortunate things happen to the cast, the actual storyline about restless spirits might have invited negative, or so believers claim negative, what is it, energy? Negative energy? Cultural impact. Poltergeist remains a prime example whenever people discuss Hollywood curses. The tragedies among historically documented, unlike some sets, were rumored, are overshadowed by a lack of evidence. So do we think that Poltergeist curse is real or just a grim coincidence? I'm curious if you guys see using real skeletons and crossing a moral line, or just production cost saver has gone horribly symbolic. What do you guys think about this curse so far?
I think it's more like a coincidence. Curse to me is like dark forces, supernatural, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard, I think, because the like ambiance of the set is already like spooky and meant to be like terrifying. So people just run away with rumors and stuff kind of just escalates from there.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like any other movies that I could think of. Are you guys touching on the Bruce Lee thing? No.
Not me.
I think that's commonly known.
Yeah.
Go deep dive into that.
I know Az said she's going to touch on Exorcist. There's also, what are you touching on? So I don't.
I'm
touch
doing
it?
the Omen.
Okay, I was about to say something about that. So there's a few other movies. I won't say anything about those two, but there's like curses. I guess I should have brought these up in the beginning, but there's a lot of curse sets in movies, and they talk about how these are ones we're not covering. So if you ever get bored and you want to look it up, there's Rosemary's Baby. It was in 1968. It's spooky because director Roman. I guess I could add these afterwards, so we can touch on it afterwards. But again, it's pretty sad with all these things.
Yeah. Again, to me, curse has like there has to be some sort of supernatural thing going on to it, you know. The whole skeleton thing can be logical. It was cheaper to me. The whole the little girl passing away, or not the little girl. I'm getting it confused with the All Dogs Go to Heaven one. The lady passing away, kind of like weird coincidence. Nothing really like supernatural was mentioned.
I mean,
yeah, I guess, but I think it's just it's a perpetuated thing.
Yes, I also agree. The ambiance and the environment of everything does play a part in it.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
At the end of the day, God, I cannot talk. At the end of the day, that Poltergeist stands out as one of the most compelling haunted sets to me, in my eyes. I mean, again, they did say like horror movies usually get the gist of news, so it's out there more, so people watch it because they're more intrigued. Like there's always rumors of things. Like I remember when Blair Witch first came out, they're like, "Oh, this is real footage," and I believed it. Same with what's that movie where they're the paranormal activity? Yeah, I thought that shit was real, but it wasn't. You know, because I was dumb. But
well, you did say the Blair Witch, the actors and actresses.
As you said this, yeah.
Oh yeah, as that they
didn't
just
know.
showed up, and that these were
It
their
was real
real
to them.
reactions. Yeah.
Well, I mean that makes sense.
That's why their reactions are so visceral.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty compelling to me. I don't think just the rumors, but the actual tragedies that overshadow the film's legacy. The real skeletons thing, that's just bonkers to me. The people dying, including like the whole children thing. Biggest lessons of the movie, I think the irony of the movie about restless spirits end up with real life skeletons.
Yeah.
And then again, the deaths. Was it moral? Was it unethical?
Yep.
Were things that happened unfortunate and very unlucky? Yeah, probably. Do these real life, this is to the audience, do these real life tragedies convince you that there's something sinister lurking behind the scenes, or do you think that it's a coincidence blown out of proportion? I mean, let me know what you guys think about the Poltergeist curse thing. I think I have like one more question.
Well, there's like multiple movies in that series.
Yeah.
It's a long franchise,
like
for
a long
bad
history.
things to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
It all started with the real skeletons.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you know.
If they remade Poltergeist, would you want them to use real skeletons again? Yes or no?
Well, they did remake it. I don't think they did.
I don't think that that's ethically okay anymore.
Yeah, that's probably you can't probably source it.
You can't
for
probably
movies.
buy a real skeleton anymore.
You can't go outside sources this
I
time?
don't
No,
think so.
I don't think so.
I think that's probably why a lot of haunted sets are from older horror movies because of
'Cause it was
the
allowed.
leniency. Yeah, the leniency that was allowed back
Like,
then.
yeah, sure. Just drop it by the morgue and be like, yo, can I have a skeleton? Maybe
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, sure, why not? Here's some money.
Yep, so that's all I got for my segment. It was pretty quick. It was like a 15-minute thing. But
Mine's probably gonna be even shorter.
I should have brought up more questions, but it's fine.
Yeah. Babe, please remind me to move my car in the garage after we're done.
Why?
Because I don't want it sitting out there.
It snow's not gonna hurt it.
I know it's not going to hurt it, but in the morning, if it snows all goddamn night,
She doesn't want it to freeze.
I don't want it to freeze. Just remind me to move it in the garage.
Probably
You have a better fine.
probably
You have a
fine.
better
You'll
memory
hold
than me.
it.
I'm just letting you know that I'll probably forget.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Everything
next
you got
one up.
question.
Next one up.
Would you like to go, Geisha?
I can go. Okay, so mine is on the Omen, which is from 1976, and there's a lot of things that kind of happen. Okay, mine's maybe a little long. So, the Omen is one of the most infamous cursed films.
Is this with Damien?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I used to. Sorry to cut you off, but they used to always talk. Grandmother on mom's side, they used to always talk about him like Damien. They used to always like. Say
It's
bad.
quite hilarious.
I've never seen this
Yeah.
movie, so I can't
Yeah.
make any recognitions. I don't watch movies like this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's okay.
It has like coincidences. Okay, so the first coincidence is that Gregory Peck, who played Robert in the movie, was on a plane to London when it was struck by lightning. Okay,
Ooh.
it landed safely, but then a couple weeks later, the executive producer Mac Newfield, however you say it, took a separate plane and it was hit by thunder again.
What?
Right. And like statistically, it's very, very rare for lightning to hit a plane. And for it to happen twice
To people working on the
to
same
people
set.
working at the same set is kind of like, it makes you
Yeah.
wonder, right? And then during the production, the filmmakers booked a private plane for crew to take aerial shots. But at the last moment, the crew chose another plane, right? But that first initial plane still got like another job and took off and crashed and killed everyone on board.
What?
Yeah.
That's a bit rougher than mine. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. That's crazy.
And I'm not done. And supposedly that plane that crashed, landed into a car with the pilot's wife and kids inside.
No way. That's impossible.
Supposedly.
No, that's
Supposedly.
I just want to cut back to when you said it's only a coincidence because there was so few people involved in the accidents. But yours, I don't know. That's a lot of dead people.
yeah. That's kind of crazy.
I don't know if that's a coincidence.
Well, so far, only the people in the first initial plane had died.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
people.
And it's reported and claimed that the plane crashed into a car that held the pilot's wife and kids inside. It's not proven. It's kind of just like out there, right?
I feel like
Yeah.
that's like a
That's an eerie coincidence.
That's a pushing it kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways. Okay. The third one is that on the set, it takes place in like a safari park where Damien's like presence makes the animals go kind of crazy. I guess I have never
Yeah.
watched it. But in real life, the animal trainers were in actual danger. So while filming, I didn't want to say Dern again. While filming, the bamboos went totally berserk and started attacking the cars that had George Peck in it and the actor who played Damien. And then while the trainer was working with the tigers, they died mysteriously later.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mysteriously, they didn't get eaten.
I don't know. It doesn't go into detail. It just says that the trainer that worked on that set died. The animal trainer on that set died. Are you listening, babe?
Yeah,
Fascinating.
that's crazy.
I hear you clicking.
Oh, sorry. I'm messing
like,
with
changing-
Esley's stuff. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
he's,
like fix her
changing
stuff.
Audio.
Another coincidence that happened is while filming in London, the producer, Mac Neufeld, I might be saying it wrong, was staying at a hotel that was later bombed by the IRA, the Irish Republic Army.
Oh, not the money hungry people.
No.
No. So it just happened.
Talking about IRS.
That's what my first thought went to the IRS. And I was like, wow.
This is the IRA.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. So the hotel that he stayed in was bombed just minutes after he showed up. After he checked in, it just started getting bombed. And then he was... wait, hold on. The explosions happened just minutes before he arrived. Oh, he had been staying earlier. He had been there earlier. Oh, okay. So I guess he was there, and then he left, and he was coming back, and then on his way back, sorry, I have blurs. It was bombed.
Oh,
his hotel was
he
bombed.
wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Oh,
interesting.
This
the
guy
hotel,
is too lucky.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the hotel that he was staying at was bombed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I have more. I have one more. So John Richardson, the film's special effects designer, was responsible for one of the most famous and gruesome death scenes in the Omen. What?
What?
He's such a baby. It was the decapitation of Keith Jensing by a sheet of glass in the movie. So months after the movie's release, Richardson, again, the special effects designer, and his assistant, Liv Moore, were in a car accident. Okay? Mm-hmm. Moore, the assistant, was decapitated in the crash. Just kind of like in the movie.
That's a coincidence.
And it happened.
I don't know.
And it happened on Friday the 13th
Oh.
near a road sign that read Omen 66.6 km.
That's not real. That cannot be real. I don't believe that. That's insane.
Let's Google it.
That cannot be real.
I'm about to
Google it.
fact check this for you.
Yeah, you better fact check that shit. That's
Let's
crazy.
see.
If it really said,
Richard and his assistants Liv Moore. Let's Google it.
yeah, you Google that. You tell me, because you're not going to tell me that this man.
During production, special
Dern.
effects supervisor John Richardson was injured during his BMW, and his assistant and girlfriend Liv Moore was killed in the accident. The incident happened just after midnight on Sunday, June 13th, 1976.
But what about the Omen sign 666?
Let's see.
That seems false. Let's
see.
unless
Near
somebody wrote it afterwards, like that.
666 km sign. Let me see.
I don't believe it.
Fake.
It seems a little crazy. You know what movie I thought would have been like a haunted movie set, but I didn't really find anything big on it. I thought The Shining would have been a haunted movie set.
I think there's like a little bit about it,
but it's not
much.
like huge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it says right here. It doesn't say about the sign, but it does say that Liv Moore, the assistant and girlfriend of special effects supervisor John Richardson, was killed in a car accident during the production of another film in 1977. The accident occurred when Richardson's BMW had a head-on collision in the Netherlands near a town called Omen.
Oh. Okay, maybe that's more believable.
Facts.
That's crazy.
Fact check.
Isn't there so many
But
coincidences?
that's like way after, right? I don't know.
It's a year after.
Yeah,
so the movie came out in 1976,
And
and
they're gone.
She died in 1977.
That's insane.
So you got the lightning hitting two planes, the car accident, the lightning hitting two planes, the airplane accident that the crew was supposed to be on, but changed their mind at the last minute. The animals freaking out on set, and the trainer later dying. And then you have the hotel bombing. I don't think that's really like a big one, but a hotel bombing. And then the car accident where the special effects designer and his girlfriend / assistant, where the assistant died and was decapitated.
That one's weird. Out of all of those, that's
near
the weirdest
Omen
one.
in the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's like the craziest part of it.
I don't like that.
I mean, the whole dodging accidents and stuff is kind of insane.
So, because of all the eerie incidences, many involved in the Omen believe that something supernatural was attached to the film. Some claim that a priest had warned them about making a film centered on the Antichrist. The series of deaths, accidents, and near misses seemed too coincidental for comfort. The film itself was reportedly blessed by religious figures, but some believe that it wasn't enough to remove whatever dark presence had latched onto it. So they even blessed the whole damn film in some way.
Knew. They said, "Oh, this is too many coincidences."
To this day, The Omen remains one of the most terrifying cursed movie productions. Whether it's a series of unfortunate events or something more sinister, the stories surrounding the film have only added to the legacy. I should totally be a fucking voice actor.
I mean, it was. It was okay.
What are you talking about?
Stop.
You gotta do horror genre.
Yeah.
Gotta read me some horror books.
I wouldn't say you could be a voice actor.
I could be a total voice actor.
You could be like an audiobook reader.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I can be a voice actor.
That's not a voice actor. That's just an audiobook.
I mean,
it's the same thing. I could
think
be a voice actor.
there's different like levels of voice acting. You know, people who can change their voices.
I'm
David. And people
Oh
who
my
just
gosh,
voice things
That's
with
the
their
voice I'd be.
My name's David. Don't listen to anything Geisha says. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Baby.
Oh my god, that's not. Listen to my voice. I sound smooth. This is my god voice. Hey, what are you doing in the morning?
I think that one's spookier than
I got that.
the Poltergeist.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
that
Mine
was-
has
yeah, that
full
was-
of coincidences.
that was more spookier than
I
mine.
feel like mine borderlines more of like cursed because you got like the lightning, which is
Pretty crazy.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then you have like all the accidents, which could be coincidence, but
Could
at
be.
the same time, there's a lot of accidents. A lot of people died.
Yes.
Like the trainer, like everybody on the plane died.
Yeah.
The animal trainer died, and the assistant died. Near Omen in the
think-
Netherlands.
I think yours is scarier because labels his is like. So
It's just like
it's more like
things.
it's
Yeah.
more like spooky ghosts,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yours is more like demonic possession type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's not a possession, but it's like more demonic.
I know,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Yours is pretty crazy.
And I didn't have for my movie set. I don't have like outside incidents happening very much compared to yours.
Well, that mine had a lot of incidences that happened off the set.
Yeah,
Not
I
on
don't
it.
have a lot of off.
So the
if any.
the person wasn't struck by lightning twice. It was him.
It was a plane.
Yeah, it was
It
him.
was people from the cast.
Yeah, so it was
on the
his
plane. Yeah, was
and
struck
then
by
another
lightning.
carrying crew plane was nearly hit too.
No, so
Star Gregory
Right.
Peck's plane was struck by lightning.
Right.
Another flight crew, carrying crew, was nearly hit as well. It
what
wasn't.
are you reading?
I'm reading something that I looked up too. It says Star Gregory's Peck's plane
Right.
was struck by lightning.
Right.
Another flight carrying the crew was nearly hit too. So he wasn't in
So
both
the,
of
the
them.
other
No.
no.
No,
No.
okay. Okay. And then his
But then the producer was on another flight, and that plane was hit by lightning too.
so only two though, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
He was probably with the crew.
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah. So 2 planes were hit by lightning, and then the plane that was going to take the crew to get aerial shots, the original plane that they were going to take that they had hired, crashed and killed everybody on board.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that the plane still crashed. Like, it's kind of like not like a curse thing, more like a inevitable kind of thing. Like that plane was just destined to crash no matter who was on board.
It says, shortly after it took off and crashed, killing everyone on board. Even more disturbing, some reports claim that the plane crashed into a car carrying the pilot's wife and children, killing them as well.
Huh. I'd have to look further into that because that seems crazy. I wonder if it would have been the same pilot for the crew and for the regular passengers that were on it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole special effects artist dying in a near
His
identical
assistant.
thing.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
assistant.
With his head again.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Spooky.
Yep.
Spooky.
Near Omen.
Yeah, I mean,
that a
those are some
coincidence?
bizarre
Is that a
accidents.
coincidence.
I feel like this is above mine. I think this is above mine for sure.
I need like a counter for the number of times we said coincidence in this episode.
Or accident.
Or
or bizarre.
Bizarre.
Bizarre
coincidence. These accidents. Yeah. Crazy.
All right.
What do we
My
got?
turn. I'm doing it on The Haunting of the Exorcist 1973 set.
Wait, hold on real quick. What? Oh, yours is from the 70s too, huh, babe?
Mine's 80s.
Oh, 80s. Ours are all like 70s, 80s.
I think it's because of like the older the movies, the more superstition was back then. Nowadays, it's like not so much.
Yeah.
So I think, there's a few horror sets that are like, ooh, spooky things happened on it, but it's not to the extent of older movies. Which is why I would like to preface this by saying some of these recounts from sources can be highly exaggerated.
Okay.
Because, like, you got to imagine, like, back in the times, they were superstitious. There was not as many rules and regulations placed for movie sets.
I feel like they didn't
people.
have nothing else to do back then.
Yeah, so it's
There's
like,
no internet, like...
So anything spooky that happened is, like, could have been real, but also it could have just been fabricated by people.
Yeah.
So, starting off, this movie set, a fire broke out in the studio that it happened, like the set, and pretty much the whole thing burned down except for the room that the little girl, like the main girl who's like possessed, her room was left untouched. So like the whole thing was burned except for that room. So a lot of people were like, ooh, maybe this room is cursed. But also a lot of people believe that it was being protected by some force, which could be true. I mean, because during the movie, the girl, Linda Blair, she was the 12-year-old girl, she like got so into character that people said that she like literally seemed like she was possessed. So I think maybe she was maybe the room was protected because it's like, you know,
She's a child and she's innocent.
it's being well, that, and because, you know, maybe she's being like used, but again, this could be made up. And then so the cast and the workers, like the cast and crew on the set, all claimed to experience like strange feelings and had phenomenons like hearing noises, seeing objects move on their own, and some even reported like cold spots, which are like indicative of ghostly presence. And some folks stated that the house set itself was haunted because like they would see lights flickering on and off when nobody was in like the house.
Man, this is the 70s. The electricity is probably not even...
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. And they said that doors opened and closed on their own, which I don't know how drafty it was in there. I don't know how loose those hinges were, or if they like really did see something.
Or like WD-40, they're just swinging.
Yeah, someone sprayed them down.
Yeah.
Grease this up.
Yeah, for real.
There have been reports of accidents happening on set. I have on set, not off set. So on set, cast and crew were injured and some even passed away. There has been said to be 9 people total who died from this set.
Jesus.
Including a set tech and a night watchman of the set. And then most notably would be Jack McGowran. He passed away. He was like in the movie, he's like a movie producer, and he's friends with the mom of the little girl. And he passed away shortly after filming completed on the movie from, can you guess what? The flu.
The flu.
Really?
From the London flu,
Man, what is
like epidemic or whatever
What
that
was
they
going
had.
on back in the day? Dude, that's only like...
Exactly.
Dude, actually, when I say 80s or 70s, I always think like it's not that far back since I'm like an 80s baby. But that shit's like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm almost 40.
Yeah.
What is happening? Oh my gosh.
But this is because, like, obviously medicine has advanced, so, like, it's kind of just, like, the COVID outbreak, so it's, like, they couldn't pounce on the outbreak of the influenza at the time as quickly, so a lot of people died. But his wife and daughter survived, so that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I guess that's cool.
You know, he was survived by somebody. And then, so people who have watched this movie have said that they've experienced feelings of like intense like fear. Some people have like vomited afterwards. They were like had nightmares afterwards. But this, again, it's like of the times, I think it was like newer, like story wise. So like not a lot of people saw a movie as into it as The Exorcist was.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe they just like were paranoid.
Yeah.
And then all these like physical reactions came from their mental not being the greatest after watching the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of people said that this movie seemed too real. And then obviously because the movie deals with like possession and demonic themes, the eerie feelings that come with it are going to perpetuate people's feelings on the film, and then it'll create negative feelings overall about the movie.
So there was just like a rumor of like a demonic presence around everything, kind of.
Yeah, well, because the whole movie is based off of a demon possessing the little girl, so it's like.
Is that the one where she's like projectile vomiting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every time I think about this movie, I think about the scary movie scene.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I have for this. So everything. This movie set, while it does seem like plausible that it was haunted, all of these recounts are not. I can't follow up on them, right? Because it's like they're like personal experiences, so I can't like, oh yeah, they experimented and they actually found this and this and this. And because it is just like localized onto the set, it's hard to say if it was actually haunted or not.
Pretty sick. Yeah.
I think Geisha's was like the most compelling.
Hers was the best.
The most compelling.
I made a second one because I knew I had a feeling like everything was going to be short. But I wanted to talk about. Is that okay if I bring that one up? But I wanted to talk about other coincidence or not coincidence, but like rumored curse sets. So there was The Crow, 1994 with Brandon Lee. Everybody always talks about the Lee curse, the Bruce Lee curse.
Yeah.
How. I'm not 100% sure of what the curse entailed, but I recall it being like all the boys or something are cursed and they'll die or something. Like Bruce Lee died, Brandon Lee died. I think the only surviving one was the daughter or something like that. There was The Twilight Zone, the movie in 1983. A tragic helicopter accident killed actor Vic Morrow and 2 child actors during filming. It sparked a huge controversy about on-set safety and whether production was pushing too far. There's The Innkeepers in 2011. It was filmed in a reportedly haunted Connecticut hotel, the Yankee Peddler Inn.
Is that with Johnny Depp? Or am I thinking of a different movie?
No,
never mind.
You're thinking, cast members claim that they heard unexplained footsteps and voices after hours. While not a cursed set, the real locations of Paranormal History added to the creepiness of that one. There was the Annabelle 2014 and other films in the Conjuring universe. Rumored strange occurrences on set, lights turning on and off, like the regular props moving and stuff like that. The haunted doll theme kind of thing. Superman,
with Henry Cavill.
I don't know which one it is, but I think it was with the Reeves, Christopher Reeves. Why it's so spooky is it's often referred to the Superman curse, citing George Reeves' mysterious death, Christopher Reeves' tragic accident, and other cast members' misfortunes. While it's not haunted enough, people say it's kind of like a curse thing. Apt Pupil, 1998. It's a less haunting on tragic accidents, stuff like that. But the one I'm going to talk about was Silent Hill 2006 because it's a video game and I wanted to talk about it. I don't think it's like a super cursed set.
Is this the first one or the second one?
It's the first one, right? 2006 would be the first.
I don't
movie.
know. I think I'm asking.
Yeah.
Like the first game?
Like no, the first movie.
I think
the first movie adaptation.
Didn't they already make one?
No,
or did
there's
they make
2.
Oh, then this is the first one, 2006. So, it's labeled creepy, not just on set, but it's a production vibe. So we'll dig into some of the inspirations, rumored oddities, and whether it deserves the curse label, which I don't think it does. I just think it's kind of spooky. So the film is based on Konami's iconic horror game. I'm assuming if you listen to our podcast, you know games, and everybody would know Silent Hill. It's known for its eerie visuals, the fog-drenched sets, the psychology, like psychological terror. Some fans have pointed out to spooky coincidences or the ghost town nature of its setting as reasons to suspect this is a haunted production. First thought when you guys hear about Silent Hill, what comes to mind?
Pyramid Head.
Okay. Like nightmares.
The fog.
The fog, yeah.
The nurses.
Oh, the nurses.
I also think I like the theme of Silent Hill because it's more like his person, like it's like a purgatory in a sense. I think.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like it deals with those kind of themes. I think it's interesting.
Yeah. So the real world inspiration. Real world inspiration. The real world. During. So Centralia and production atmosphere. Centralia is a near abandoned town with an underground coal fire still burning.
Isn't it like in
real?
Pennsylvania?
It's real. Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know
Yeah.
that was real? Yeah, it's a real thing. It
I think
was
it's in Pennsylvania.
I thought the mine thingy was in a different country.
No,
no, it's in the United States. Yeah. So it inspired the perpetual fog and deserted streets in Silent Hill. Some rumor that the real Centralia has haunted vibes, adding to the film's authenticity. Filming location, it was shot in Ontario, Canada, but the foggy, abandoned aesthetic borrowed heavily from the Centralia lore. The crew aimed to mimic the desolate environment, sometimes filming in rundown or deserted areas that felt eerie, even off camera. Some of the oddities, there was no official Poltergeist level tragedy here, but cast and crew mentioned that the atmosphere felt unnerving. Some say that they experienced strange footsteps or unsettlingly quiet, like during certain shoots. Like it shouldn't have been that quiet. Would you guys willingly film a horror movie in a real ghost town like Centralia?
No.
I want to.
Well, I think
I want to know what it's like just to be there. I don't want to like be there by myself, but I kind of want to go there on a trip and just see. Like,
this is
You
my
can see
dilemma.
pictures of it.
yeah, I know that.
I would never do any like thing in a haunted building because you're like in a building. There's no escape. A town might be different, but then when I think about Silent Hill and you get sucked into like the town and you can't escape, then I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I think that what makes it more creepier to me is that, I've played the game. I've watched gameplay of people playing it too, and that game is creepy. So just thinking of a real life version of it makes me even, I don't know, it's very unnerving.
It's because there's like the town, and then there's underneath the town, there's like this whole other world, and it's so scary.
Yeah.
If you had to pick survival in either Silent Hill or Raccoon City, which one would you pick? You have to pick one, and you have to try your hardest to survive. I'll go first. I would do Raccoon City.
I think I would also do
Yeah, I think I would also do because I think it's like the physical aspect. I know I could fucking stab a zombie in the face. If I get a gun, dude, it's over. I don't know what it is about haunted games or scary games. Like if I don't have a weapon, I'm terrified. If I'm like running around with a flashlight, that's scary. But if you give me a fucking shotgun or a gun, it's like a FPS game. I'm out here shooting.
You have a gun in
no
Silent
rules.
City.
Yeah,
I mean, Silent
she
City.
didn't give you parameters.
Silent Hill.
But I mean, in Resident Evil though, I get a gun. Like in Raccoon City, I'm sure there's guns somewhere. I can shoot a zombie in the face. I just gotta watch out for
You have
the
guns
liquors
in Silent Hill.
and Mr. X, and I'm good.
Yeah.
He's chasing Jill Valentine and whatever Leon. I'm fine.
I would not pick Silent Hill just because it has that undertone of like cult and worship of who knows what.
And it's spooky. Like it's
And
like
it's
a
spooky.
psychology thing.
Yeah.
It's like
and
your mind.
how are you supposed to kill Pyramid Head?
Yeah, and how are you
Well, Pyramid Head isn't.
It's not real. Yes.
Ayo.
None of it is technically real though.
Ayo, if one of them nurses kind of get after me, you know what I'm saying?
She's killing you.
Or maybe,
Yeah, I might tie her down, you know what I'm saying?
maybe that's a good point to pick Silent Hill because none of it is actually real.
But you don't know, they don't know
yeah,
that.
you don't know that.
Yeah.
Like,
We know that, but they don't know that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But them nurses.
I think I could survive a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I would pick Raccoon City too.
Okay. So some of the film used practical creature suits for iconic monsters such as the nurse's pyramid head. The design team sometimes described the sets claustrophobic or too quiet between takes, and I can understand that. Some background actors reportedly feel genuinely creeped out by full costume creatures lurking in dim lighting. So they're just, you're a background character and you just see shit that you don't know what's going on. Some of the hazards included constant fog machines and ash-like particles, and darkness could, lead to minor mishaps, people stumbling, reduced visibility. No major tragedies akin to the other cursed films but the unsettling environment often led to, a not so good feeling, unnerving, bizarre. Coincidence, accidents. But do you guys think that the quiet conditions and monstrous suits add up to potential for a real life haunting, or is it just immersive horror vibe? I just think it's so immersive because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
If you're a background character and you have no idea what Silent Hill is, and it's super foggy, it's dark, and you see some crazy creatures out there, I'm pretty sure you're just gonna be freaked out.
Yeah, I would be curious to if there was any actual scary haunting stuff going on besides just the feeling. Because I could be in a dark hallway with no scary things around and I'm scared.
Yeah.
It's just the feeling you get.
Yeah, I think it's just a freaky monster in a pitch black area.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty spooky.
Yeah. If you looked, it was there, and then you looked again and it wasn't there, then I'd be like, ooh, yeah, spooky.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, it's just a prop.
Again, I said it's not a curse set. It's just a spooky thing.
Yeah, scary.
Some of the believers and skeptics had speculation. So the skeptics' speculation or their perspective was there was no documented tragedies or catastrophic accidents like Poltergeist, Exorcist, The Omen. The haunted talk largely arises from the film's real-life ghost town, which is in another part of the area. It's not where they were. Believers believe that some fans insist that the oppressive atmosphere plus weird minor incidents, strange noises, equipment malfunctions indicate subtle curses. But those are the type of people that are like, we're investigating this house and it's haunted. Did you hear that creak? What was that? Was it a ghost? I don't know. Could it be that person communicating? People tend to believe stuff when they hear stuff.
Well,
there's those type of people.
I will say that I'm definitely a firm believer in the speak it into existence kind of thing. So it's even though the set, the town it was based off of was thousands of miles away, you kind of setting the scene similar to that wouldn't, to me, I'm like, ooh, that might invoke the same feeling and the same scary, history of it to this place. So it's maybe it's kind of just a feeling because it's real, and then it knows you're doing a movie on it, so it's ooh, give them a feeling.
The cultural impact of this was because Silent Hill didn't blow up because in the curse set narrative in the mainstream news, but horror fans circled around the real Centralia mining thing and spawned cursed rumors. So does filming near a real ghost town environment, not the real thing, plus well-known horror franchise automatically spawn cursed rumors, babe, do you think? Or do you think it's something more tangible? Because I see you over there dilly-dallying. I want to include you.
I'm not dilly-dallying. I'm sitting here just listening.
Yeah, I know. Do you think that summoning a demonic entity in a deserted town can be a coincidence? Do you think that
I don't understand the question. You're telling me if summoning a demonic entity in a cursed town is a coincidence? How is that a coincidence?
That's a storyline of the movie, though. I'm saying, do you think filming near a real ghost town-like environment, not the real thing, plus the horror franchise, does that automatically spawn cursed rumors?
No.
Or do you think it's something more tangible and people just...
it has to be something that's proven. Just because you're filming, I kind of piggyback what Az says, right? It's you're in this spooky town, you're shooting this spooky movie. It's about demons, ghosts, so on and so forth. Your mind is automatically going to start making those assumptions and those connections, right? Your mind
plays a big part.
So your mind needs to make those connections and needs to have a reason for everything, right?
Yeah.
So it all just depends on you really and what you're going to accept as factual or make up or misconceptions. But if you start including all these other notions of car accidents, plane crashes, people dying, that to me is more of like, holy shit, this is not my mind. This is things that are happening. People are dying. Then that to me would be more of like cursed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just because the lights are flickering on and off, my mind is going to connect, oh, it's haunted. No, that's not factual. That's not anything I can base off of outside of my own mind power.
I feel like I would want you to be with me in a haunted house just because you would be like, no, that's just electricity. It's windy outside. I'm like, yeah. You're right.
That
Logical.
person's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, okay. Do you think I can beat him up? Yeah, you're bigger. You got big muscles.
Yeah, like I'm very logical. And I think I don't get scared very easily because I know how your mind works in a sense, right? Like my mind is going to try to jump to these conclusions like, oh my God, that light is flickering. I'm scared. We're in a haunted house. It's the ghost. No, it's just fucking flickering because it's flickering. It's not because of a ghost. But give me something like I see the devil walking towards me and I can hit him with a rock, then yeah, I'm going to be scared on my damn mind.
Yeah. So... Again, while the Silent Hill, the 2006 film, it isn't drenched in tragedy like, cursed sets. The eerie real-world ties Centralia and intense onset vibe gave birth to rumors of haunted production, but it's more psychological creepiness than documented calamities.
Yep.
For me, I think it's not on the same level as the Omen, Poltergeist, Exorcist, like anything to do with like Annabelle, stuff like that, in terms of actual misfortunes. But the uneasiness of the environment definitely contributes to the aura of, like a scary film. Which set is scarier? Truly cursed production with real deaths or psychological suffocating environment with no actual tragedies? Do you guys think?
The real death one for me.
Yeah.
I think psychological. Because that could really mess somebody up in the long run.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Like deaths can like affect you mentally, but when people are like you have to imagine as an actor, they're already immersing themselves in the story to create the character meant for that movie.
Yeah, some actors go hard.
Yeah, so it's like they're in the mindset that this is real. So when things like that start to happen, it really messes with their minds.
It reminds me of what's his name, Christopher Bell, or what's his name, Christian Bell. He's a really big actor when it goes to in-depth
so
stuff.
I personally think the psychological effect is more impactful.
Would you rather star in Silent Hill or Poltergeist if you guys had to pick?
Silent Hill.
Poltergeist.
Okay. But that's all I got. I just figured I'd add this one because it was kind of short, this episode. But, stay out of the fog and creepy shit.
Yeah, don't go into haunted buildings.
Or dark areas.
Because while that seems cool, you're stuck in a building, and you don't know what kind of parallel world that building exists in, and you could be trapped there forever.
Forever. With them nurses.
Yeah.
I was going to say something completely different. And I'm laughing because you guys are like, stay away from the fog. Don't go into haunted houses. And I'm just like, just remember it's all your mind. It's all a part of your mind and your head. Control your emotions and your thought process and you'll be fine.
It's so hard to do that,
As you can tell, I would not do well in this situation.
Yeah,
it is really hard to do that. But I think if you're able, take a second, take a breath, and just keep telling yourself, like, why am I scared right now?
I think I'm the type of person where I would rather feel scared because then I know that my fight or flight response is working, and I'm about to...
Your adrenaline is about to be just jacked. You're about to be, like, lifting cars out of your way.
Running away.
You're just going to be like...
Everyone else is like, I don't know what to do. I'm like... Peace.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. If I can feel scared, right, and I can feel it, but if my flight or fight kicked in and I'm scared, I know I'm scared. I'm not going to admit I'm scared, and I'm going to fight.
You're like
I'm going to take out some kneecaps and chop some heads off, but I'm gonna control my fear and push through whatever comes to me.
I love that.
That's how like I am, right? I'm a fight. I'm not gonna run away. I'm a fight. I'm gonna control my emotions, grab a weapon, and start taking out some toes.
Yeah.
The toe beans. Check them.
Yeah.
Side note, it just stopped snowing. It's been snowing this whole time, and it just stopped.
It's still snowing a little bit.
A little
baby
tiny
flakes.
bit.
A little bit. It might
Also,
keep
I need to
going.
move my car in the
I
garage.
just want to point out that I brought Geisha and Label a sweet little treat.
Oh, they're so good.
And if you're in the Seattle area, check out Puffy Pandy because
Puffy
they
Pandy.
have
Is that the
the
name?
most
Pandy?
Yeah, Puffy
Yeah.
Pandy. They
Puffy
have the most
Pandy.
delightful cream puffs in the world.
They are really good.
They're very good.
They're
And
very
also,
Shout out.
shout out.
We're
to-
just gonna shout out our community.
Twitch. Follow us. Watch us die on
Oh my god.
a Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
Baldur's Gate honor mode solo run. I died 3 times yesterday
Yeah. Pint Size Geisha on Twitch.
on Twitch.
Black
I died
Label
3 damn times
on Twitch.
I died twice in the same exact damn area, and then I died once because I tried to kill Shadowheart and she one shot me.
Yeah. Azalee doesn't stream, but
I don't
follow her
stream.
social media.
Yeah, you can follow me. I post very rarely, but it's mostly like random things.
I
It's
don't
not really
post
game
either.
content.
I don't post either.
Yeah, I don't
just
post
like
things.
I
I
just
post like
reels. I put story
Reels,
reels
yeah.
up there. That's
Yeah.
it.
that's all I do too.
I'm not famous.
The reels are the best part, I think.
yeah.
I just posted a funny one. I was dying. It was like, let me pull it up real quick. I want to share it with everybody because I was like, I normally laugh at everything because my humor is just stupid, but it was oh, here it is. So it was just like a Facebook reply thing, and somebody was like, "Who the fuck are
I
any
saw
of these
that.
people?" And this person replied, he said, "And who the fuck are you?" I just tried to say your name out loud, and my furniture started floating because the person's name was Shalashashaka Shinkwawa or something. I was dying. I was like, "That's a real post right there." Yeah.
I use Instagram for like food recipes or tattoo ideas.
Yeah, food recipes
Yeah.
are good.
I use mine for tiny house ideas.
I usually look up gym stuff.
What do you guys use your Instagram for?
Yeah, what do you do? All right, well, that was a good way to exit.
You gotta do a light topic after you do a scary topic. It's like when you watch a scary movie, you have to watch a happy movie afterwards.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you
that's
can't
true.
go to bed with those scary images.
My happy movie is the Super Mario movie, the new one. I
Oh,
love
the
it.
animated one?
Yeah, I
That's
love
such a
that
good
movie.
movie. It's snowing again, guys.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
thank you for listening. As always, this has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint Size Geisha, Black Label, and me, Azalee.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I gotta press the button.
Push the button. Gotta
There we
move
go.
my car in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, next week we got a
I've got a guest.
Twitch guest.
Twitch guest.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Gather round the mic. Tales of knights and dice. Gaming worlds collide. Hobbies come alive. Azalee and Geisha chat. Black labels where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes. Lo-fi beats, they flow as we share what we know. D&D and game and talk, every journey we embark. Laughs and fun, now that's the plan. In our little podcast clan, women leading through the air. Join us if you dare. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. vibes.